Welcome into another edition of the Old North State Sports Show, folks. It has been a while since we've talked college football. It's been a while since we talked Gamecocks. I know I got a lot of Gamecocks fans that are here that follow the show, that are Panthers fans, that, of course, pull for the University of South Carolina. And you know what? We're getting close enough to football season. Spring practice is underway. It's time for us to analyze the Gamecocks roster, looking at the additions to the transfer portal and the recruiting class, and break it down for you guys. So we are here to do that today. Welcome in, folks. Man, what a class. It has been a busy offseason for Shane Beamer and his staff. 39 total commits, and you're talking about college kids, transfer portal, reshaping the roster, guys leaving. It's a busy one. Grab your coffee, settle in. Let's break it all down. We're going to try to pack this into 10 minutes or less. First of all, let's get into it, folks. 2025 recruiting class, South Carolina has 39 commits, including 5 ESPN 300 prospects, 5 within the top 300, and 34 other commits. That's a very big haul. Beamer and staff are working hard to build depth across the board, and I know college football is changing. It's a year-to-year contract, year-to-year deal for these guys. It's fantastic, though. So of the 39, 26 are high school prospects, 13 are transfers. Now, I will tell you, I did see a transfer just pop up as I was recording this, a guy that's transferring out at the edge position, just reported by On3. So you can go back and look at that, but we're focused on who's here, which we'll get into breaking it down in a bit. Gamecocks are loading up on the line. Wide receiver position, you could use some improvement there. The secondary, and SEC is brutal, man. I look for this to be a very big year for the Gamecocks. I'm trying not to get my expectations too high, but you have to feel good heading into this season. It's going to be tough. We know it's not going to be easy, but priming yourself and putting yourself in a good position to get off on the right foot and win some games, compete for the SEC, and to get into the playoff has to be a conversation. Starting with the high school commit, the crown jewel of this class. Again, those 5 prospects that were in the top 300. 4 of them wide receivers: Donovan Murph, Jordan Gurdon, and Malik Clark, all from South Carolina. Good to recruit locally, bringing in those guys from the Palmetto State. Each earned a grade of 82 from ESPN. Murph and Gurdon are both from Columbia. Clark hails from Rock Hill. Then there's Lex Cyrus from Saskatchewan, Ahana, I don't even know if I'm saying the right, PA, who had an 81 grade. These guys are tall, fast, physical, perfect for stretching the field in the SEC and giving Lenore Sellers another option. The 5th recruit in the 300 was offensive tackle Damola Ajawan from Duluth, Georgia. 6'6", 280 pounds. He'll probably get even heavier. An 82 grade, massive addition to the offensive line. And yeah, curious to see how he's going to pan out within the roster and depth chart. So beyond that, beyond the ESPN 300, Gamecocks added even more depth at wide receiver. Double dipping coming over here to the state of North Carolina, getting Brian Rowe. And how about Lenore Sellers' brother? This is going to be a really cool storyline this season. Jaden Sellers from Florence, South Carolina. 79 overall prospect. You have to feel excited about that. But high school isn't the only thing. On the defensive side of the ball, they got a few defensive ends, 5 in total, including Xavion Hardy, a JUCO standout from the one and only East Mississippi Community College, and Jaquavius Dodd from Anderson, South Carolina. Both of those guys rated at 80s. Defensive line also got a boost with Christian Ingram and Caleb Williams, both defensive tackles rated at 80 and a 79. And secondary, Kendall Jones Jr., DeMarcus Leach, both safeties, rated at 80s, bringing in size, speed, and Christopher Hartfield, a cornerback from Georgia, adds depth with a 77 grade. Linebackers, A.J. Holloway and Josh Smith, both rated at 78, round out the defense. You also had quarterback Cutter Woods from Anderson, South Carolina, tight end Mike Tyler from Columbia. Lots of talent. Lots of talent coming in for the Gamecocks. And, I mean, we're not even really diving into the guys that they brought in through the transfer portal, which, hey, let's do it. Let's shift gears. Talk about the transfer portal. Again, brought in 13 players. They did lose 12, but not a bad mix at all, if we're being honest. Incoming transfers, a mix of immediate impact guys and depth pieces. Heavy emphasis again. Trenches. Got to replenish the trenches. But on the offensive line, Gamecocks added 3 interior offensive linemen. Bo Stanley from Troy, Nick Sharp from Wake Forest in North Carolina, and Rodney Newsom from Western Kentucky. Stanley and Newsom are both over 310 pounds in experience. Lots of experience protecting the quarterback. Defensive line got a boost with Devontae Miles from Bowling Green and Gabriel Brownlow from Texas A&M. Brownlow Dindy, I should say. He was a 5-star recruit with a 98.15 grade coming out of high school. So lots of potential when bringing this guy in. Now, I know a lot of folks have to feel excited about Lenore Sellers. You lost Robbie Ashford via the transfer portal, but you bring in a really good prospect out of Ohio State in quarterback Air Noland. He was a former top recruit with the 95 grade. And they also brought in running back Rasul Fashion from Utah State. He was one of the top running backs in the portal. Got to be able to replace Raheem Rocket Sanders, and I think that's one way to do it. Also nabbed tight end Jordan Dingle from Kentucky. Adds threats as a pass catcher. And then edge rusher Jalen Brown from Missouri. That was a big one. Being able to get a guy from Missouri, the rivalry that the Gamecocks have formed, the Battle of the Columbias, I'll take that all day. Secondary got some upgrades with cornerback Miles Norwood from Ball State and Brandon Siss from NC State, both enrolled and ready to compete. Linebacker Justin Orkawano from Alabama. Always take a Bama kid. Sean Murphy from Florida State. Both 2 guys with high upside. In addition, Orkawano had a 95.44 grade coming out of high school. Now we talk about the additions. Let's quickly talk about the guys that left. So on the flip side, South Carolina lost 12 guys to the portal. I'm not even talking about the guys that, of course, declared for the draft and left. 4 wide receivers, Peyton Mangrum to ECU, Tyshawn Russell to Syracuse, Debro Gatling to Georgia Tech, and CJ Adams, who's still looking for a home. A lot of depth, but to be honest, I'm not too concerned. They also lost 3 tight ends, Nick Elkins to UNLV, Reed McKeska to Florida Atlantic, and Connor Cox to University of North Carolina. I'll take it. No idea if he's going to be good enough, but we'll take it. North Carolina needs anything and everything. Offensive line, Aaron Parks and Nye Mansell left for Southern Miss and South Alabama, respectively. Jamal Weiss and Elijah Davis transferred to Marshall and Troy, and Tanner Bailey and Robbie Ashford moved to Auburn and Wake Forest. Really excited to see Robbie Ashford at Wake Forest. I think that's a really good opportunity for him in the ACC. Good home, good fit. I think he's got a chance to play some good football. So what does this mean for the Gamecocks in 2025? Let's look at the roster. So lots to break down, which we've already done. I mean, it's a wild, wild time if you think about the depth of just college football, man. And there's so much change happening and revenue sharing. I think, it's way too early right now. If I were to put my hand on it, I do think South Carolina Gamecocks should be top 15 to 20 heading into the season. We know they're going to have the same schedule as far as what they had in the SEC last year, just flipped. That was a tough schedule. Like, we have to be honest, it really was a tough schedule. They're going to have to, I think, from what we saw last year, you can only take 2 losses in the SEC. They had a great year, but I think 2 losses in the SEC, trying to get to 9-3, probably 10-2 overall, which is doable. But we can't forget Virginia Tech should be, Virginia Tech's on the decline. They're not really trending up, but Virginia Tech and Clemson out of conference, never easy games at all. So that's going to be your breakdown for this episode. This is Carolina Dad. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, let me know what you guys think.